Happy are you? How was that?
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, to have the recognition to all the hard work we put in. Winning the last 3 World Championships was pretty special. The first time that's happened in our class, and to be in a position for Malcolm to defend his goal from Beijing and for me to be the person to do it, it's a privilege.
It looked really tense out there.
It was. it was a pretty close race. I mean, we had a great series, and so did Great Britain as well. We'd love to have been a few more points, but we've started a fantastic regatta, and so did he. So we just didn't have that opportunity, and it's pretty scary to leave everything on the line for 30 minutes and probably one wind shift. But we've got a great relationship and a lot of support from our coach, from our support staff, from Victor, Mal's experience. That was the end to get us over the line first.
Mal, it's been a big day for you, Malcolm. You've created history and announced your retirement.
I think I announced my retirement about 4 years ago when I said I'd do one more Olympic campaign. But certainly to go out defending the gold medal and to be the first Australian sailor to get 2 golds is very special. We knew it was always in our reach. We just had to, concentrate and do the work and, turn the stones over and find out what we could, where we could push ourselves to, and, to come out the back end of this 4 years to know how well we've performed, especially even over the last year. It's just been amazing to dominate the world like we have. Sure, as Matthew said, this week was very close with the British team, and there's his mother calling. But
That's my brother. Go on. Hey Dan, I'm gonna have to give you a call back. I forgot to turn. Yeah, Mum.
Told his mum.
Yeah, we're just doing a press conference and I forgot to turn my mobile off. So I'll give you a call back.
Hi from us.
All right, everyone says hi, all right? Yeah.
His mum.
Whoops.
Yeah, both our families are here.
And is it right that your family sat with the British guys' families? Is that correct?
I know that yesterday my family certainly met the British family yesterday on the hill. I guess they had to kill a little bit of time yesterday. But saying that, we've met their parents a few times, especially Luke's parents, and they're both very. Not only the guys are great, but their parents are lovely as well, and we've had some good camaraderie with them over the years.
Were they talking it up? Were they talking it up yesterday when they, well, not sledged you, but said all the pressure you on you guys?
I actually liked how Matthew answered that. He said, people say what they want to say to make themselves feel better, and when it came down to it, we were the ones with the track record, the ones with the world #1 ranking, and we just had to believe in ourselves and focus on ourselves, and fingers crossed it all went our way, and thankfully it did.
What was the race strategy you got on when you all jumped in the water at the end there? I think it was the Argentinians too you were in there with.
Correct, yeah.
Talk us through all of that. What was it like to finish that race, jump on the boats, tip them upside down? Tell us what was going on.
Oh look, it was. I remember in Beijing I didn't jump in the water. I don't know if that was because of the water quality or what, but I just felt like after I gave Matt a hug after we crossed the line, I thought just seemed like the right thing to do. It's pretty hot. That's my excuse anyway. But then the next the Argentinians were in with us, and then we thought, hey guys, the British, when they got across the line, you've got to join us as well. But the 470 class has had great friendship between all the nations for a very long time. All our competitors there, we've probably been known in close to 10 years, and a lot of them have teams together for that long. And even before we went out on the water, the 20 people, the 10 crews got together, and we actually took a photo together, as a bit of a memorabilia, and it just shows the respect that we have for each other, and I suppose the history we have between each other, that we can, war is on the water when we're racing, and we're mates and respect each other on the shore.
Malcolm,
what was the strategy?
Describe that war? What was it like out there? How would you describe the race?
Stressful. One word, just stressful. Look, the whole week's been really difficult. I've really struggled with sleeping and eating all week, especially with the strong winds. It wasn't so good, but maybe it played into our advantage today with the light winds. But it was hard work. We had a phenomenal week to go into the medal race with only 18 points, which is an average of 2 per race. is incredible. In the 470 men's in the whole history, the scoring has never been as low as what we achieved this week. But the British were right on our tails. It just showed how well they sailed. So we just had to, hang it tough and trust ourselves and do the job.
What was the strategy you took out there? Were you going to shadow them and kind of match race them, or just go hell for leather like a greyhound? What was the plan?
I mean, traditionally you'd go in that situation, you'd try and get as far back to the fleet as possible and minimise any risk, of any other boats sort of getting in between you. The difficult thing we had is that the conditions were quite stable for that, and also that's been very close to shore, so anything can really happen. We found ourselves a little bit back actually in the start, probably not the ideal start we wanted, and halfway up the beat it was quite a reasonably sized right shift, which meant that we were up the front of the fleet again, and we had just had to readjust our strategies. And I think at the top mark we were third, he was first, so we'd have given the gold medal to him. And it's a credit to our team, and the last 4 years has been an unbelievable experience that we can just draw on all that experience together and all the highs and lows. And we fought back, passed him on the downwind, and again it went 20 degrees left, so it favoured him again. And we basically just had to race our race and trust our instincts, and it wasn't about covering him or pulling him back anymore. It was really just about clean sailing, making the shifts, making a better decision, positioning your boat a little bit better, better understanding of the conditions, and we found ourselves back up to the front and past him, and certainly made it a little bit easier that last downwind, him getting penalised for doing too much kinetics, and propelling the boat forward. So once that had happened, we talked about it, and we said no pumping, no obviously not getting us disqualified or anything, and we're doing nothing, just to sail around the course.
And what about the milestones that you've checked off today? Best, the Australian team now, the best of this regatta, and also the fact that we've now got 3 golds, the best ever.
I mean, it's special. Our team is unbelievable. We know each other really well. We know their friends, families, and to see all the work that our team has put in. We've had fantastic funding from the Australian government, fantastic people guiding us, a brilliant coach, and we've got all the right people just to make sure we go in the right direction and use the money that we have wisely. And we spent a lot of time overseas. I spent 10 days at home this year, and the rest of the time we've been travelling. And it's not easy on our friends and families, but it's a reward for everything that we've put in to be able to come away with that. And we had 3 really good medal chances. The 3 of us who have now won gold, and hopefully another to come, have won 3 of the last 4 World Championships. So it's for sailing to get the recognition that it's getting, and for us to be able to deliver with that pressure and that expectation. It's a credit for the people we've got around us.
And Malcolm, to knock the Poms off on their home water, considering that they've been the top Olympic nation since Sydney, it's some sort of revenge, isn't it?
Certainly is, because Sydney Olympics was the first one I tried for. Obviously I didn't get selection for those Olympics, but sitting in my hometown and my home foreshore, watching them dominate us, it's great to, 4 Olympic cycles later, to be able to do it back to them and their home soil. And I suppose that's why it's a great way for me to be retiring too. But certainly, they have shown the sailing world for a very long time who is number one, and their system has been impeccable. But we've slowly chipped away, and obviously the reborning of the Australian sailing team, about 7 years ago, has really just started to come to fruition, and it's a great place for sailing to be in.
Are you aware of the lineage now that you sit in a pantheon in your sport above names like Ian Murray, Beechel, right back to Bertram, who's 76 with Montreal? They're household names in Australian sailing, aren't they?
They are. They've the legends of our sport, Australian legends, and I suppose to do a little etch below them or with them is great. It's childhood dreams come true, I guess, and when you think about all the hours and fun that you have with your sport, and you probably don't always realise it might lead to this, but although this week's been hard, it's great to come out the back end with the right colour.
Malcolm, with your perspective, what do you think needs to happen for sailing to really take advantage of these results? What would you like to see happen?
Well, I think that momentum has already begun. I remember doing the medal tour 4 years ago, and really getting out and seeing the kids and meeting the kids. I think that has already begun. There's a real wave coming through. I'd like to hope that it's a little bit more amplitude now after this Olympics and the success we've had. But and with backing that up, obviously that alone is not enough. We do have a very good system, and sure we're going to need more money, but I think to keep achieving these results long term. But I think the platform is there now. We've got the system, and we've got the talent in Australia, the young talent in Australia. So now we've just got to harness it and keep it growing. And I think Rio can be bigger and beyond, wherever it may be after that. But the sport of sailing is really growing, and it can only get better from here on.
Ian Jensen's dad made the point to me up at the pub the other night. He said, look, it's not a rich man's sport. You don't need a whole lot of dough to get into sailing. You can get a laser and the kids involved.
And for sure, and I know, sort of the other part of my sailing life that I do, I sail on yachts, and sure there has to be a yacht owner, but there's so many crew that need to be on board to man it, and so it's very accessible. And when I see the junior programs around Australia at the moment, it is phenomenal. I know exactly where our training base is out of at Spit, Middle Harbour there. They've got, I think now 6 days of the 7 days every week with junior programs happening. And it's, probably in the vicinity of 20 to 30 kids going through each of those sessions. So, the sport is strong, and it can only get stronger, I believe.
There'll be a bit of rum and beer drunk at Middle Harbour Yacht Club tonight.
Actually, I got a call on the way here. I didn't know who was on the end of the phone, but they were all at Middle Harbour. That's all I do know.
Malcolm, you were talked up as a potential flag bearer in the closing ceremony, and that was even before you got this gold. Do you want the job?
I would be completely honoured with such a job. It would be amazing. I'm a true blue Aussie. I'm a proud Aussie. And to don on this kit at the Olympic Games is very special. And if I got that honour, I'd be very chuffed, and would love to do that for not only for our sport but for our country.
And just finally, with you're saying that you're retirement now, but what will you go into? What?
I do have a second dream. Obviously, I just ticked off the first, getting another gold medal. But the second dream is to stay within the sport and work in the management side of it. I suppose, being an old man, I'm ready to move on to the next phase of my life. And with the sport being so Eurocentric, the travelling is quite horrendous, and it's time for me to take a little step away from that. But I'd love to work in the management and share my experience and my ideas, and hopefully get to bigger and better things.
And just one more thing on you. You had a physical week, a bad physical week, but how was your back? Did it cause you any problems as well? You mentioned the other things.
Actually, look, the back was manageable all week. I'd probably say 3 years ago it was at its worst, to the point that I could barely sail with spasms, and every time I tacked or moved through the boat. But I've been working on that hard, and I always knew Weymouth would be more of a physical place to be at. Probably in hindsight, we came here certainly me came here a little bit light, and we gave away a bit of a speed advantage to our British counterparts at least just them. So that made it very difficult. But we just, I suppose, went back to what we know and believe in ourselves, and we just concentrate on the tactics of the sport and our downwind speed, and just use that to keep ourselves in the race and then take the opportunities when they came.